Hello! You might be wondering why I am in a churchyard. And well, I will tell you why I'm in a churchyard. It is the only place I have felt safe from the vampire known as Morbius. And, well, after watching Morbius the past 3 days in a row, I kinda need that safety. So, come and join me on my journey through the vampire known as Morbius as we look at his effects on the cinema and how the cinema had an effect on him and how memes had an effect on it all. So, you guys may have heard about a little film called Morbius, and honestly, it's one of the best superhero movies ever made. It got a 200% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's one of the best movies ever made. Oh, maybe it's not one of the best movies ever made then. Maybe instead of that, it's actually one of the worst movies ever made. And the fact that it's the best movie ever made is because of a meme perpetuated on the internet. Honestly, the memes are better than the movie. I swear to God, if the movie was just made of the memes that were compiled from the internet, it would be at least 2% better. But unfortunately, it's got a few things weighing it down, like Jared Leto, Jared Leto, and Jared Leto, and some bad writing, and some bad scripting, and some bad characterization, and some really fucking cringy vampire faces. I swear to God, it looks so bad. As I said, we're not just going to be talking about Morbius as a film today. We're also going to be talking about the effect that Morbius had on the film's industry as a whole. Not because it was a good movie or a bad movie, but because of the memes. You wouldn't really think that this started with an innocuous joke, such as, my favourite part of Morbius is when he says, it's Morbin time, and then Morbs all over those guys. Such a small, innocuous tweet that didn't really seem like it could gain much traction, but it's so small and simple that it just managed to squeeze through the cracks. And all of a sudden, this shitpost was pushing popularity for Morbius like no tomorrow. And then, before you knew it, Morbius was popular. For the purposes of understanding Morbius, to truly take in and understand the Morb, I should watch the film 3 times in a row. First, because, haha, very funny. Second, to take some notes. Third, so I could solidify my opinion on it. And how I actually felt about the movie as a whole. So I could give this video a bit more of an informed opinion. And we're going to do that now. So, for the first viewing, I invited a friend around. We had a bit of fun. We watched the movie, and to be honest, I didn't really have much of a takeaway from the film. Mostly because it's pretty bad and the film is pretty forgettable. Hopefully, though, on the second viewing, I will have a bit more of a takeaway on this. And, I didn't see him say it's Morbin time in the first viewing, so hopefully, second viewing comes around, we'll hear him say it's Morbin time. The second viewing was quite similar. I was on my own because my friend didn't want to go through that again, and to be honest, I do not blame them. But on the second viewing, I noticed a few things that did make me laugh. For example, a lot of the acting sounds like they are reading lines off a script. It just sounds like it is being read as is. Morbius hangs upside down like a bat, and I swear to God, it's the funniest shit ever. Oh, and to top that off, Matt Smith does a sexy little dance in a room on his own. Excuse me, I'll be back in a moment.
What are you doing? Right?
By the time the third viewing came around, I felt a little dejected, but I was holding out hope that, at the end of it all, he would say it's Morbin time. Unfortunately, my whole world was about to change. I've watched Morbius 3 nights in a row now. I think I'm going a little bit insane. I've watched it so much, but I haven't even seen him say it's Morbin time. He must no. He must be saying it's Morbin time. I must just be missing it. He has to say it's Morbin time. He has to.
Moment time. He doesn't say it's moment time. He doesn't say it. He doesn't say it's moment time.
Now let's get back to the memes. Now this would be one thing. Morbius gets released, it's terrible, and then people make memes about it. That's fine. That's normal. What isn't normal is after this process happened, Sony decided, Morbius is getting memed. Hey, I know what would be a good idea. Let's capitalize on that. Let's release it in the cinema again. And for some reason, Sony thought that people being ironic and poking fun at their shit heap of a movie meant that people would go to the cinema for a second time to see it? Now, that is so unbelievably stupid that I think the only way that happened is because Sony saw the reception to the movie, saw the memes, and thought, hey, if we put Morbius back in the cinema, then it's going to generate more memes. It's going to make it more popular. And I think that's how they're doing it. I think they are pushing, this is a shit film, let's make it more memeable by doing more things that are stupid in order to push it on other people. To be honest, I have to admit, I kind of fucking fell for it. You think about it, Morbius was #1 rated on the Prime Video service. People bought this movie so much that it topped the Amazon Prime charts. It topped them. You know what that means? We are responsible. If Morbius 2 happens, we are responsible for buying the VODs, and I have played directly into Sony's little hands. Oh, God. That's fine, because so long as he says it's Morbin time in the second movie, then I will be happy. He better say it's Morbin time, Sony. He better say it's Morbin time. He had better say it's Morbin time. If he doesn't say it's Morbin time, then I aren't. Needless to say, Morbius didn't make any more money, Bios. We may not see another Morbius movie, and that is absolutely fine. But it kind of raises the question, if we meme something hard enough, can we make it happen? Can we manipulate Hollywood into making whatever movie we want? Bob, there's another active example of this happening. So, I'd like you to think back for a minute. It's 2019. Sonic the Hedgehog, the trailer, drops. In this trailer, Sonic looks like he has been doing another kind of speed, if you know what I mean. Everyone knows he looks so bad and so far from what Sonic the Hedgehog should look like. He looks like nightmare fuel. So we memed him. We memed him so fucking hard. We memed him into the ground. From that, they say, hey, this isn't going to do well. Let's completely redesign Sonic. And it's actually a fucking win, because they made Sonic look like Sonic.
I'm Sonic, a little ball of super energy in an extremely handsome package.
So, what is the reward for those animators who worked arduously, over hours, crunched, made sure that that Sonic looked like Sonic, they closed the studio down. They closed the animation studio down and laid off a bunch of people. Well, that's fucking depressing. Nevertheless, the change was made through memes and general disgust on the internet. And I'm intrigued to see how far this can be pushed. If we don't like a movie or a piece of media, can we just change it by memeing it? We spread something so wide that the production company sees what we are doing and changes the movie accordingly. Or will they pick up on this? I doubt it. They're not very smart. We can change anything. So why not? Why not change things? Why not meme things? Why don't we inject a little bit of creativity in the already dead husk that is Hollywood? Now, do I think this is a good or a bad thing? I would say it teeters on the edge of yes and no. Point one, I do think the audience should have more agency over what they want to see in the cinema. And I think enacting that change through memes is an interesting way to go about that. I don't, however, think that companies like Sony should go ahead and put movies in the cinema again just because of a couple of memes. It's very funny. It is very funny. Do not get me wrong. I find it hilarious. I don't think it works out in the long term, though. It's not a smart choice because no one went to see it. It made something like $300,000 in its second run in the cinema. So it wasn't worth it. But on the other hand, we can change anything. So, I say to you, the people who are watching this, can we please make Sony put it into the cinema for a third time? I was really busy that weekend, and I would like to go see it in the cinema, pretty please. And I'd just like to thank you guys for watching and sitting with me until the very end. I appreciate that you took the time and sat through my incoherent rambling and watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There's plenty more to come, and it's going to be a lot of bad movies, a lot of games. There's going to be a bunch of stuff. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. He really wanted to be in the video because he keeps clawing at my legs and he thinks that, hey, maybe I'm going to claw at my papa's legs so I can be in the video. So, oh, I'm in trouble.